everyone. Welcome to Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center located in Decatur, Georgia. My name is Kara Crow, and I will be escorting you around this fascinating place of learning and wonder. In this presentation, you will be learning about the different sections of this media center and the procedure students go through in order to check out books. At the end of this presentation, we will review the information that was learned. Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center contains over 21,000 books. These books are divided into several types, namely fiction, folk tales, nonfiction, biographies, and references. Let's look at the fiction section first. When you first enter the library, the fiction section is located immediately to your right. Fiction books contain stories that are not true. Simply put, they are a figment of the author's imagination. On the spine of a fiction book, you will find what's called a call number. Call numbers make it easier to locate a book in the media center. The call numbers of fiction books begin with FIC, followed by the first few letters of the author's last name. Many different types of fiction exist. An example of the types of fiction that exist in this library would be folk tales. Since Chapel Hill Middle School has a lot of folk tale books, let's focus on them first. Folk tales are make-believe stories that have been passed down verbally from generation to generation and eventually written down as text. They usually try to explain why something happens in nature. If you ever want to locate a folk tale in the media center, always remember to look at the call number. Folk tales are categorized by a system called the Dewey Decimal System. Therefore, under the Dewey Decimal System, always look for call numbers that begin with 398 to locate the folktale section in libraries. Other sections of the media center use the Dewey Decimal System to locate books as well. Books about languages, for example, can be located in the section of the media center that has call numbers that begin with 400. If you want to find books about natural sciences and mathematics, you would have to look at call numbers that begin with 500 as well. In addition, books on technology would have call numbers that begin with 600. From these examples, anyone can see just how intricate this cataloging system can be. The next largest section of the media center is the nonfiction area. Nonfiction books are books that contain facts. That means the information they contain can be proven to be true. About 30% of the books in Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center are considered nonfiction material. Several main types of nonfiction material exist: biographies, autobiographies, and references. Since Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center contains a vast number of biographies and reference materials, we will focus on them instead. Biographies are books that tell the life story of someone from another person's point of view. About 10 to 15% of the books in Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center are considered biographies. References are materials that are used to gather factual information about someone or something. Different types of references include dictionaries, encyclopedias, globes, and atlases. A dictionary gives you the definition, part of speech, and pronunciation of words in alphabetical order. They also contain guide words at the top of each page to help you locate a word and its meaning. An encyclopedia, on the other hand, gives tons of information about specific subjects and events in volumes that are ordered alphabetically. If you wanted to find information on trees, for example, you would look in the volume of the encyclopedia labeled T and turn to the pages in that book that discuss trees. A globe is a three-dimensional representation of the Earth in the shape of a sphere that shows the location of different continents, countries, and cities of the world. An atlas, like a globe, contains locations of different places on the Earth. However, it is a collection of two-dimensional maps of the world in a book that contains additional information about these locations. Chapel Hill Middle School's Media Center also contains two computer station areas. The first one is a circular computer station area that contains 5 computers. It is located to the right of the entrance. The second computer station area is located straight ahead of the entrance. It contains 7 computers. The DeKalb County Public School System uses the online catalog system, Destiny, so that students, faculty, and staff are able to look up information in media centers all over the county. Students at Chapel Hill Middle School use both computer station areas to access this online catalog and find the information they need for projects and other class and homework assignments. Study areas are also available for the students to use. They can utilize these areas for individual and small group use. Last, but certainly not least, is the circulation desk. It is the first area you see upon entering the media center straight ahead. This is where students check out the books they want to read. In order to check out books, all students must have their student ID cards available. The media specialist will then enter your ID information into her computer system and scan the books you wish to check out. Students are only allowed to check out 2 books at a time. When you are done reading the books you have checked out, remember to turn them back into the media center. You do this by either placing them in the drop box located on the side of the circulation desk or giving the books directly to the media specialist. We certainly went over a lot of information today. Let's review some of the information we learned. Question 1. What type of book contains stories that are figments of the author's imagination? If you said fiction, you are correct. Question 2. What is used to help locate books in the media center? If you said call numbers, then you are on the right track. Remember, call numbers for fiction books begin with FIC, followed by the first few letters of the author's last name. Question 3. What type of materials are used to gather information about something or someone? If you said references, then you are absolutely correct. Remember, there are several types of reference materials. Dictionaries, which give you the definition, part of speech, and pronunciation of words in alphabetical order. Encyclopedias, which are volumes of books that give vast amounts of information about different subjects and events. Globes, which are 3-dimensional representations of the Earth that show the location of continents, countries, and cities of the world, and atlases, which are collections of maps that show where continents, countries, and cities are located and give additional information about the different parts of the world. Question 4. What are biographies? If you said they are life stories of important individuals told from another person's point of view, then you are correct again. Finally, question 5. What must you have with you in order to check out books from the media center? If you answered your student ID card, then you are correct again. Remember, the media specialist must also scan your books in order to complete the checkout process. Once you are finished reading the books you checked out, place them in the drop box located on the side of the circulation desk or give them directly to the media specialist. You did a wonderful job of learning about the different sections of the media center. Please drop by as often as you can. Remember, the Media Center is here to help you.